I'm Jānis Pelše, an organist from Latvia, Riga. It started in my childhood. I just listened to organ and I like it. After that I studied choir conducting in school, and after this school I go to music academy, and I understand that I don't want to study more choir conducting, but I want to play organ because I started already in school. There's a tradition, of course, for organs are in every towns, every cities, and also in smaller villages. Mostly organs are used for liturgical, but also more or less active concert life. Especially here in Riga Dom, but also in other cities, other churches, and there is a lot of good organists in Latvia. The repertoire for me is more or less classical. It starts with probably early Baroque or late Baroque. And mostly I play music which is written until, I will say, until Messiah, including. I work less with modern music, but just my taste. Many organists play also modern music. Yeah. The organ tradition in Latvia is very near to German organ building tradition, and the mostly organs are built from second half from 19th century until the middle of 20th century. Only a few organs from earlier times are survived until today, but there is some very nice organs start from 1700 something. Of course, as I'm an organist, and I'm not very old organist with a big beard, I would advise to spend time to listen for music very carefully and to find more nuances from this kind of experience. Listen for interesting details in music, to listen, or sometimes also for concert. Organ music is also possible to see how the organists play. So me, the personality which are playing music, because also in classical music, especially in chamber music, it's listeners very close to musician. In chamber music you can hear the breath of musicians. You can never hear it in a big arena, in popular music. So this feeling I think is very good. So also the classical music is also developed in very interesting ways. For example, as says one very lovely conductor, the Vivaldi was normal rock music in a time when there was no electric guitars. He just wrote rock music for violins. So I think probably that classical music in the first moment is a little unknown. We don't know about it, but if we start to listen for this music, then it became more and more interesting, and we can find very rich world of sounds. What sound can do with our mind, our feelings, or associations. So, and if you come to Riga, I would very advise to come to Dom Church and listen for this beautiful Walcker organ, which was built in more than 100 years ago, and it was very well known organ, and it was the biggest organ at this time when it was built.